Hey, I'm Helen here with James. This is week 4 of my press-up handstand personal challenge. Haven't quite gotten up the strength to really press up, but James has given me lots of things to work on to get there. We worked on falling out last week. We're going to try another way of falling out this week. We're in the grass on kind of a hill, which is sort of awkward, but also really nice if you're going to fall. So I recommend trying this in a place that's soft and comfortable, or as soft as you can get, maybe not on a concrete floor. So I'm going to kick it to James. Take it over.
Hello everyone. All right, so this is technically week 4, but this might be a good video to take as week 3. They can be practiced interchangeably or around the same area of practice. The point of the last video is largely to get over that fear of falling, but it's also very physically difficult. This video is a little bit easier. We're going to be focusing on a transition posture called chakrasana, which means the wheel pose. That actually means like a wheel, and you'll get to see that when you're rolling back, it does look kind of like a wheel. It's cool. So the risk of chakrasana is an injury to your neck. You just want to remember to be strong throughout your neck, and at first there will be a little bit of momentum, a little bit of rolling momentum as you roll backwards out of chakrasana, and then eventually you'll be able to do it with some control. Now if we look where we are right now, we're on a hill. In the last video we were jumping up towards the uphill direction. If you are on a hill, then it will be harder to go into a handstand facing uphill. They'll probably have to jump. On this hill, it'll be a lot easier to go downhill, but of course the balance changes a little bit. I'm going to keep facing up this way to demonstrate chakrasana. So first we're going to go ahead and fall right out of your handstand. Come down to the ground, and we'll set up for chakrasana. We'll do you can do another back bend here. I like to add a bridge pose. We will in the full sequence with Helen. Start to take your feet over. Hands come by your ears to add support. Over your head. The roll comes over the top of your head and not over either shoulder. From there you can press back to knees, you can roll into child's pose, or come right back into downward facing dog for the handstand. If you followed us from last week's posture and that jumping back over becomes too tedious or too difficult, chakrasana is a great way to put a couple more of these sequences in before you get too tired. And you want to take over?
Let's do it.
Cool. Start in downward dog. Walk your feet towards your hands. And notice Helen does, as she comes up into her handstand, she'll do a little bit of a jump. That's fine, as long as you need it. Eventually, you might have the ability, the flexibility in your shoulders and in your hips to bring your hips over your shoulders and then slowly curl up into it with your belly. Either way, you're still activating your core throughout the entire thing. Roll back over, beautiful. Lower your hips. Clasp your hands together underneath your back. We'll set up for a quick little bridge pose. This is also a great way to open your shoulders, so we're still performing fundamentally the same actions that we did last week. Keep breathing deep. And on your next exhale, release your hips to the ground. Nice. And we'll move through chakrasana. Go ahead and right away put your hands up by your ears and use your feet. So point your feet, Viparita Karani, right up to the sky and start to reach them back. Yeah. So a little bit of momentum at first. Eventually you might roll all the way chakrasana right into downward facing dog. And we'll try it just one more time. Feet up. Once again, if you have a friend by who would like to help you, we'll do this maybe 3 times so we can demonstrate friend help. Nice! Finding a little bit of control in that stand, especially on an uphill place like this, is difficult. Now when you're opening your shoulders, there's not really any limit to how deep you want to go in the posture. There's no chance really of injuring yourself in bridge posture. So go ahead and really, really reach your chest and squeeze your shoulder blades together. It will help with neutralizing what happens in chakrasana, which is an enormous amount of spinal flexion in the cervical spine. Go ahead and reach your feet.
Control.
Yes. Curl through. Press with your hands at that moment when you roll over the head.
Yep.
Yeah, very intense in the neck. All right, and then one last time through, if you have a friend nearby, of course, you can help by lifting one leg, left leg, brace under here, strong through that leg and come up. One fun little adjustment is to place a fist in between the calves. Go ahead and squeeze that. And that is all Helen. The balance is just there from her hips over her shoulders. Go on your ribs just a little bit. Nice. You want to keep reaching up through your toes and go ahead and flop over. Nice. Release your hips to the ground. Set up for a bridge. Really reach down with your knuckles too. Eventually you might be so flexible you can grab your ankles. When you do, a magic leprechaun comes, gives you a bag of 100 gold coins. Yay. No, there actually is no prize for that, except for the fact that you can grab your ankles. Go ahead and release down whenever you're ready. Bring your hands by your ears. And curl with your core all the way through. Nice.
That was fun.
Awesome. Thank you, Helen. Good luck.